A Game of Subs, a Nostalgia Wolf prequel side story by Namefag. Scene 1. Click. President Sasha Igrovich held the phone up to his ear. "This is the Kremlin," growled Sasha in his every mongrel drawl. "Mr. President of Russia?" came the angelic tones of the man on the other end of the line. Sasha immediately sensed that he was talking to a lifelong shower devotee. Oh, so that was Latza, sorry, so it was more like a "Mr. President of Russia?" "Paul Latza," sneered President Sasha into the phone. "Or should I say, President-elect Paul Latza. My most sincere congratulations." "Cut the crap, Sasha, you faggot slav. You know why I'm calling." Sasha blinked. Clearly, Paul Latza's campaign manager. The famous American director Sam Raimi had really made an impression on the young politician. Sasha spat on the ground of his presidential office, a useless gesture for a phone conversation, but a cool thing to do in Russia nonetheless. "You have some fucking nerve, you know that, Paul?" Sasha's voice was cool and modulated, but secretly he was squatting on the edge of his seat. But the reply that passed through Latza's cherubim mouth was neither cool nor modulated. It was firm and fierce. "The subtitles have to stop." "Thank you. I can see where this is going." Sasha exploded. He hurled the phone against the wall of his office in a vodka-fueled Slavic rage. "The subs will never stop. The YouTube ad revenue will never stop. Channel Awesome works for Mother Russia." Sasha looked down. In his fear and anger, he had pissed his tracksuit. Scene 2. On the other side of the world, Election Director Raimi was frothing at the mouth. "That fucking Slav, that fucking faggot Slav, that fucking nigger! Underneath every Russian skin there's a fucking nigger. Don't you see, Paul? God damn it, the fuck did I tell you, huh? But no, you don't listen, do you? You don't listen to anybody but your fucking faggot rabbi, do you, you goddamn Disney corporate kike?" Oh, I love this. "That's enough, Samuel," said Paul. He was entirely unperturbed by finger jabbing in his face from his soon-to-be Secretary of State. He was used to Raimi's high-energy rants, saw the wisdom in them even. "Enough? Fucking enough, you faggot kike! I'll tell you what's enough, you faggot bastard! Us getting our asses impeached by the goddamn fucking ethics committee for not honoring campaign promises." Raimi collapsed back on his overchair, sweat gleaming off his brow. "God damn it, Paul," he gasped, chest heaving. "No more subs, you told them. No more Russian AdSense squatters from first day you take office, you fucking cocksucker. Make reviewing awesome again." He shook his head. "Christ!" Raimi fumbled in his suit jacket and withdrew a silver vapor pen. He took a long, hard draw from the swastika-embedded mouthpiece. "We'll hang for this, you know that, Polly boy?" Raimi rasped through a sick fucking cloud. "That whole bloody campaign, all for nothing. Chelsea will have the White House yet." "No," said Paul. "She won't." The buzzer rang at Latza's side. "Paul," came the high-pitched, sensual voice of the President's-elect, awkwardly attractive little sister and personal assistant. "He's here." "So send him in then, little girl," said Paul. "Oh, okay," stammered his sister, color no doubt rising to her cheeks as it colored their voice with attraction. "Love you." The speaker cut out. That's great. The grand double doors of Latza Tower's executive suite swung open before them, and Spoonie tumbled in. At once, the stench of piss, vomit, shit, and kraken room mixed with straight-up rubbing alcohol, was overwhelming. Raimi keeled over and blew chunks on the spot, but America's next president was made of tougher stuff. Noah Entweiler, poured Latza. A pleasure at last to meet you in the flesh. Fuck you, Latza, slurred the fallen Isaleb. You're a hiccup bigot. So your Twitter tells me, shot back Paul. A silence that cut like a bullet through the brain tissue of a Jew warrior overcame the room. That Jew with a gun. The milky film that coated Noah's eyes seemed to fade. His bottom lip quivered. A sparkle returned to his bloodshot baby blue eyes. For one brief moment in time, Spoonie returned to sobriety. You follow me, he warbled. But no, he knew that was impossible. I follow you, said Paul. Spoonie burst into tears. Since April left him, nobody but Russian subtitle bots had followed him on Twitter, or at last, so he had thought. And now I need you to follow me, Noah Entweiler, continued Paul. Follow me to your grave, if need be. The Russians must be stopped. The subtitles must be stopped. And you're the only man alive with the alcoholic tolerance to do it. This is starting to remind me too much of my real life, guys. Spoonie wiped the dribble of snot off his beet red hobo nose. I'll do it for my president. Scene 3. Linkara's dad plunked the dick-shaped bottle down the bar. This is a magic bottle, he hummed. Dad, come on. That's not in canon, hummed his son. And please, don't ever joke about my gun. President-elect Latza silenced the two closet cases with one crippling look. Spoonie, this is 1000000000000000000 pair proof vodka, he said, turning to the stinking shell of a man. One shot will kill a normal man. A complete shot may kill a Rusky, and right now that's the best chance we've got. You have to take it to President Sasha Igrovich in the Kremlin and... Come on, moaned Spoonie. He was super shitty at 8 AM because he hadn't drank a bottle of Everclear in 5 whole minutes. Yes, this is exactly like my real life. This story just keeps going on and it doesn't make any sense. Why is Linkara's dad the only one on earth that can brew this stuff? Because he played a bartender way back in Linkara's shitty movie? Give me a break! Wait, did his dad play the bartender? I thought that was Doug. Maybe I'm misremembering something. Anyway, Linkara's eyes grew hard as the penises he craved, his hope and optimism over the return of his once great hero gone. Fuck you, Noah, spat Linkara. At least I finished my damn movie. Kids! Exploded Spoonie. I had 3 kids, you asshole! What the hell? Please take the bottle and go. Kadin Latza. Oh, sorry. Please take the bottle and go. Kadin Latza, ending the scene. Scene 4. Don't tell me how to groom, growled Spoonie autistically, flashing the golden VIP ticket given to him by Latza as he skulked past the TSA dumbstruck hygiene enforcer. Once aboard the plane, Spoonie fell into a 10-minute bout of deep, drunken sleep, only to be awakened by a loud, girlish giggle. Oh, Justin, tittered the young woman. I like to pet the kitty. Huh? That's probably going to make sense to someone. I'd like to pet the kitty, crowned the man sitting beside her across the aisle from where Spoonie had collapsed. Even though Spoonie's drunken, hazy vision, he could see that the man's thick-wristed hand was buried between her thighs. Justin, she gasped. Justin? Spoonie yelped. His vision had unclouded enough to make out the man's facial features. "Oh shit!" cried the voice of none other than Justin Jew Warrior Carmichael. He appeared to be in perfect health. "Justin, what the fuck?" screamed Spoonie. "You faked it? You faked your death? Are you kidding me?" At once they burst into angry sobs. "Spoonie, please, calm down, bud," said Justin. "You're acting really stupid." "You asshole!" Spoonie raged through his tears. "Because you killed yourself, I couldn't! Because everybody said I'd be just copying you! Do you know how badly I wanted to kill myself all these years, you fuck nugget?" A second hussy popped out from Juice Warrior's other side. Yes, this is exactly what happened in real life. Justin is living the dream and is knee deep in kitty girl pussy. She was so large, Spoonie now found himself surprised that he had missed her. "Don't call my man a fuck nugget!" she shrieked. Her voice was very familiar. Spoonie rubbed the smut out of his eyes and willed with all his might to focus on the woman. A blur of white and red slowly sharpened into focus. It was Scarlet, and her face was shamelessly caked in dried semen, Jew Warrior semen. Spoonie, not for the first time in his life, or even for that weekend, blacked out. Scene 5. When Spoonie awoke, he was Spoonie no more. That man was dead now, as dead as Justin had tricked the world into thinking he was himself. All that remained inside of Spoonie was now insanity. "Doctor Insanity, to be exact!" Insano chortled. "Who are you talking to? Are you insane?" The question had come from the shadow of the cell Insano now found himself inside, and one Todd in the shadows, to be exact. "Todd?" crackled Insano. What the bloody hell are you doing here in the name of science? And where are we anyway?" "Being a cuck is a high crime here in Russia," Todd explained. "I was flying internationally with Lindsay when we got seated next to a Nigerian businessman. Woo! You can guess what happened next. We happened to be flying over Russia at the time, and the pilot was ordered to ground the plane immediately to hand us over. I've been rotting in this cell ever since." "And Lindsay?" inquired Insano. "Don't know," said Todd, simply shrugging his round, cackled shoulders. "Good God, man!" quipped Insano. "How did I get here, then?" "Well," said Todd, "apparently you were mad on your flight and tried to kill Jew Warrior with your bare hands. Apparently, in your anger," Todd's face darkened beneath his hood, "you forgot that you're a weak little faggot. You took the 105 LB stewardess to... It took 105 LB stewardess to restrain... Oh, lips, sorry. I'm not a godless man, so we use grants over here. Anyway, the crew let you go several times just to immediately restrain you again, you know, as a joke. They're like that here in Russia. Cruel, humiliating. A bulge was beginning to stir in Todd's trouser. He gulped. "Good God, man!" quipped Insano again, mugging for a camera that didn't exist. "Get a grip!" Grip, thought Insano. "Wait! That's it!" He pulled down his pants and strained his inflamed, hairy asshole. A bottle tip protruded out. "Aha!" he rejoined. "Science!" Latza wouldn't take the chance of Spoonie smuggling the deadly vodka into Russia on his carry-on, not because the Ruskies will care, but because Spoonie would surely have downed the whole thing before he so much as cleared the airport. Instead, Spoonie had been made to take it up his ass. "What was that?" stammered Todd, seeing the cock-shaped vessel Spoonie's ass was giving birth to. In all his years of dating Lindsay, it was the liveliest thing he'd ever seen pushed out of a human body. "This, my cock friend, is our ticket out of here." He finished shitting out the bottle, then promptly smashed it over Todd's cackled skull. The tiny bones salvaged from Todd's ear canal made a perfect subatomic resonator. His still beating heart functioned as a rudimentary generator. He carved these things out of Todd's lifeless, cackled body with a shard of glass from the bottle. Within an hour, a fully functional organic ray gun blaster was pulsing in Insano blood-stained hands. He squeezed Todd's left ventricle chamber in the biomechanism, and the biomechanism fired. The cell wall, sorry, I got distracted there for a second. The cell wall exploded in a blast of rubble and debris. Now Insano was free, unleashed into the very heart of Russia. He roared generically, his character devoid of any original catchphrase or motto that he might roar instead. Scene 7. Latza clapped. Raimi said, Latza clapped. Because we couldn't do without this, you know? Every story needs a scene of Latza clapping. Raimi said, dumbfounded, his eyes glued to the widescreen TV before them in Latza's office. Massive prison break in Russia, read the big red letters on the dying CNN's mandatory text-only channel. Madmen at large, population slaughtered, entire country's infrastructure devastated. Russian access to YouTube has been rendered impossible. Raimi gaped over at Latza, who was still clapping at the TV. A smirk on his smooth boy face. Did you, Paulie, you fucking faggot, you planned all of this? The subtitles had to stop, said Latza plainly. Raimi smacked himself across the face. How the fucking shit? Samuel, my good sir, I planned it. That's how. Planned it all from the beginning. Jew warriors quote-unquote suicide all those years ago? My doing. Scarlett's fat pussy falling into his lap? My doing again. And then dear Noah's untimely meltdown on the plane upon crossing their path? I think you get the picture. I arranged it. All of it. Because I knew that it was the only way to get the ticking time bomb delivered to Sasha's doorstep. I knew that it would land the unhinged Spoonie right in the Grand Russian International Prison, right beside our good friend President Sasha's humble abode. You dirty cack bastard, breathed Raimi, suddenly quite pale. He had never fully realized, up until this moment, the kind of man he was truly dealing with. A cunning man, a cold man. Kike? No, not by blood at least, my dear Samuel. Perhaps for the sake of taking over Disney, but that was merely political posturing. No mere Kai could achieve, would have done. Okay. No mere Kai could achieve what I've done. Not even the Jewish people can match my abilities. After all, didn't you know? Raimi, for once, was speechless. I, Paul Latza, next President of the United States, am the master of deep plots. He was still clapping. Before we start the credits, I'd like to point out that this story somehow contradicts the, let's call it the mainline Nostalgia Wolf universe, but it can act as a perfect origin story for the alternate universe from when Insano comes from. So this is actually, I think, sorry if I misread your intentions there, Namefag, this should take place in the alternate universe they visit in Nostalgia Wolf Part 4, where Doctor Insano comes from, and this is Doctor Insano's origin, which makes a lot more sense. Anyway, cue the credits!